Sri Lanka announced today that they're actually banning the full face veil for Muslims, the niqab, burqa, whatever you want to call it. And they're banning it in the wake of the horrendous terrorist attacks that took place in Sri Lanka over the Easter weekend. And if you go on social media, if you go online, if you follow any of these links that are talking about this ban, you will find a slew of comments from people in Australia, in Britain, in America, saying that we should roll it out here. It should be banned. This is a great move. Banning the burqa, banning the niqab is a fantastic idea. Let me just say, this isn't about, for these people that want to ban the niqab or ban the burqa, this isn't about keeping your country safe, is it? It's not about your national security. It's not about protecting your family and protecting your friends and protecting your fellow citizens. This is about your irrational fear of someone or people who happen to follow the same religion as a few nutbags, that they might do something, that they might be violent, they might be terrorists, they might be extremists. It's exactly the same logic as having an irrational fear that black people might be criminals, they might be thieves, they might be gangsters. It's exactly the same rhetoric. You think that because someone has something in common with someone who does something bad, that person may be like the person who did something bad. So it's not about security. I know as much as people like to say it's about security, it's not. It's about your irrational fear. And if you ban the burqa in this country, you ban the burqa in America, you ban the burqa in Australia, all you're doing is you're playing directly into ISIS's hands. And I know a lot of you say, well, it could be anyone under there. Well, you know, in winter, a lot of people wear scarves over their faces. It could be anyone under there. I know you'd like to say, well, most of these terrorists who carry out these Islamic terror attacks wear the burqa, or their wives wear the burqa, or their, partners wear the burqa. Yeah, okay, fair point, fair point. A lot of them do wear the burqa or have their partners wear the burqa. It's a fair point. But most people who wear the niqab in Islam are females. How many female terrorists have you actually heard of? I'm talking about the ones who go out and commit the acts of terror. The ones who actually come into a country or go out in a country and actually carry out an act of terror. So therefore would be beneficial to the state to ban the burqa, to be able to freely see these people coming. I can think of one, I think, that actually went to carry out an act of terrorism. So female terrorists, actual terrorists, are very, very rare. Very, very rare. Most of the time, female jihadists are kept back in Syria, with the men doing the housework and things like that, and helping out. Because women in extremist Islam are second-class citizens. They're not deemed worthy enough to go out and do these attacks. But following on from what I was saying, people wear scarves over their face in winter. Should we ban scarves in winter? A lot of people go out and they commit, or a lot of armed robbers go out and commit armed robbery covering their faces with crash helmets. Should we ban crash helmets? It could be anyone under there. It's a stupid idea, it's silly rhetoric, and it's just, I understand why people are concerned. I completely understand that, but it's a silly idea. It's just an emotional response, and we're not thinking it through. If you ban the burqa, you're playing right into ISIS's hands, and I'll tell you how. ISIS breed on division, on hatred, on suspicion. They love it. They thrive on it. Imagine if you're a 16-year-old Muslim boy, and I've given this analogy time and time again. You're a 16-year-old Muslim boy. You were born in Britain. You've lived in Britain your entire life. You love Britain. You consider Britain to be your home country. You love your country. You consider yourself proud to be British. All you really want to do is go to school or go to college, go to mosque, be left alone, live your life. Maybe, go out and chase after some girls or something, teenage boy stuff. All of a sudden, someone comes along and says, because you share a faith, because you share a religion with Bin Laden, or you share a religion with Abu Hamza, or you share a religion with Zarqawi, the founder of ISIS, then you should be banned, or your mum, or your sister, or your grandma should be banned from wearing a full face veil. Or all the female Muslims should be banned from wearing a full face veil. And then maybe it goes on further, because following on the logical steps from banning the burqa, let's say they ban you from going to mosque, they knock down your local mosque, or they ban people of your faith from building more mosques. How are you going to feel about that? How fucking quickly do you think that boy can be radicalised now? Because ISIS, they don't immediately come out to these people and they don't immediately say, we want you to go and bomb this person. We want you to go and stab this person. We want you to carry out an act of terror, and we're going to build a global caliphate, and it's going to be completely oppressive and completely harsh, and anybody who's not a Muslim is going to get murdered. They don't do it like that. That's not how grooming and radicalisation works. They make it seem romantic. So they will say to the boy, come with us to Syria. Come and join us in Syria. We're building a global caliphate where everybody who is Muslim can live a Muslim lifestyle by Muslim values, by true Muslim standards, and they will live it and nobody will interfere. And they will say, the West don't care about you, Britain doesn't care about you. They've just banned your sister from wearing the burqa that she has to wear under her religious obligations. They've just banned your mum from wearing the burqa. They've banned you from going to worship your God in a mosque when you haven't done anything to these people. You haven't harmed them. You haven't expressed any extremist sympathies or extremist views at all. How easy do you think it's going to be to radicalise this boy now? You don't even have to say, we're going to send you out, you're going to bomb someone. All you have to say is, come and join us, we're all living here, it's all great. You know, we get girls, we get wives, we get, you know, parties every day, all day, every day. Of course, alcohol and pork free, no doubt. But all you have to say is paint a picture of how lovely this caliphate and how brilliant it is. And then, slowly by slowly, as they start to warm to the idea, you just drip, 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 drip poison in this young man's ear, in this young man's mind, about how the West don't want him to go out here and join ISIS in Syria. They don't want him to be a Muslim. They don't want him to follow his truth. They don't want him. They don't like him. They don't need him. They don't respect him. It's going to be so ridiculously easy to radicalise that young man. And all you've got to do is ban the burqa. You're essentially doing half of ISIS's work for them when you come out with this stuff about banning the burqa. We need to understand that Muslims, Christians, atheists, Jews, Hindus, Buddhists, Sikhs, all of that, black, white, young, old, male, female, straight, gay, bisexual, transgender, we all have a common humanity. That is what we need to focus on. What brings us together, not what divides. It's not how we're different. What brings us together? We'll complain about bus times. We'll complain when our trains are delayed. We'll moan when it's raining outside. We'll love the sun. We'll get the barbecue out when the sun comes out. We'll watch the football on TV. We'll love the latest video games. We'll love the latest TV shows, Game of Thrones and Britain's Got Talent. I mean, I hate Britain's Got Talent, but whatever. We have more in common with moderate Muslims, and yes, they do exist, than we do with people who want to divide us. Let's just remember that. Thanks for watching. I shall see you in the next video.